everybody, it's Karen. Thank you for joining me. I've got a fun fold card for you today that features these Meerkats on the Lookout from Gerda Steiner Designs. I love this stamp set. It is such a fun stamp set. So this is a really easy fold card today. I started with a piece of cardstock that is 5 inches by 11. And I'm scoring that at 3 5/8 of an inch, and then I just shift over to a whole number and count over another 3 5/8 of an inch for the next fold line. And that leaves just a little bit more than 3 5/8 of an inch on the right hand side, so it does need to be trimmed down. So I'm lining it up with a whole number again and counting over 3 5/8 of an inch. And because this right hand side is going to fold in, I usually take off about another 1/8 of an inch. So I just made a little mark to the left of that one there, and that's where I will cut that with my trimmer now. Just so that that side folds in a bit more easily and doesn't have a problem. And then I'm going to use my bone folder to fold and crease and burnish these lines. This is actually a really simple card. It ends up being about 3 5/8 of an inch wide by 5 inches tall, which I think is really like a mini slimline card. But with the inside being decorated, it just seems like a bigger card somehow. So now on the front, I am finding the center line, both horizontally and vertically. And I've got a circle die, and I only want to cut the right-hand side of this. So I'm putting my tape along my pencil line, and I know that that's how far I'm going to put my cutting plates on the right-hand side. So I only cut out that half a circle. And then I can just trim along those pencil lines to the die cut point, and the rest falls off. And then, of course, I just get rid of those pencil lines with my eraser. And that's the fold that I have for my card. Now, I did do a circle, but you could choose to do whatever you want, whatever suits the dies or the stamps that you choose to use. It could be the hexagon or rectangle, it could be a square. I mean, whatever dies you've got, have a look and see. Now, I chose to use this pattern paper. It kind of looked a little African-y to me. It's the Grunge Light Tones from Craft Consortium. And as you can see, I only cut a strip on the front. I didn't even bother putting it over that because it's going to be covered, and it just seemed more work to have to partially die cut a piece to match when it's all hidden anyway. So lazy me. But here I've got 2 pieces of cardstock. I'm ink blending with crackling campfire, spiced marmalade, and mustard seed, and I'm going to cut those out, and they will be what goes over the circles on the front and on the inside. And here I'm just putting 2 dies together to cut a small black frame. I just wanted it to have a little definition on that front circle. So I've stacked 3 of them together, and I'm just putting that over the circle for the front, and I'm gluing that one in place. And it's easy enough to see over that white die cut. Now, to line up this piece, the inside circle, I am just lining it up with the front and putting glue on it. I just found this easy to hold in place and fold down. You could tack it together with some temporary glue if you were worried, but it worked out just fine, apart from glue all over my fingers. But there you go, it's in the right spot on the inside. Now, to put that sentiment on, I was trying to figure out where to put it, and this little meerkat, I put him on foam tape in the end, so I leave him to the very last to put on, but I did glue down the rocks in place, and then I moved on to decorating the inside. Now, this tree is from Elizabeth Craft Designs, and I just like it. I think it's a very African-looking tree somehow, and I just thought it gave a little bit of something on the inside. So I'm gluing all these little guys down. And this little guy goes on the very inside. Now you can see I've cut his hands in order for him to hold on to his little cupcake. The cupcake is from MFT's Hippo birthday stamp set, I believe. And I'm just using a little bead of glue to hold that in place. And I've glued everybody down. I love that they're all staring at him, waiting for their cake, and he's just cut the tiny cupcake. It tickles my fancy that, I don't know. So that's the inside of the card, and all that's left now is to stick this one little guy on the front. So really not that hard a card, but I love the surprise of the inside. I just think that's so much fun. So thank you everybody for joining me once again. I hope you'll give this a try. It's pretty darn easy. Thanks so much for coming by, and I will hope to see you again next time. Bye.